What's up, guys? LarriWhyte podcast. I got a special guest today. Go ahead, introduce yourself.
It's your boy Josh Alias, man.
Yes,
UA Urban
sir.
Architects. We out
Yes,
here.
sir. All right, let me ask you this. First question I want to get into: where did it all start? Where did the music career begin? Like, how did it develop and get where you are now?
Uh yeah, well I've been making music like my whole life, like playing drums, singing, like poetry, rapping. Like I've always kind of been musically inclined, I guess, if you will. And then beatboxing too. And then I think 5, 6 years ago, um me and my friends made a group called Urban Architects. Me and Young K started it, and we released our first album, Professionally Mutual Understandings, about like, yeah, I think 4 or 5 years ago now. And just pushed the heck out of that album. That was kind of like our entrance into the rap game. Couple of songs went viral, and we like built a good following from that album. And then I branched into my solo career like 2 years after, like UA, and so did everyone else. Obviously, Urban Architects is still a thing, but we're all like, it's a collective, so we're in like a label now. So just keep on doing the solo stuff, and that's what's been happening, man. Just used like the momentum we had with the UA, and then I've been doing my solo stuff as well in like parallel. And yeah, that's where we are with it,
Hell yeah,
bro.
bro. That's dope. Speaking of the Urban Architects, I was going to ask you that. So you said it includes your homie. Where did talk about all the group members and obviously your clothing brand and all that good stuff. How did that all come about?
Yeah, so Urban Architects just started with three main artists, Black Kush, Young K, and myself. And we had a lot of what we call extended UA, which is basically people behind the scenes, like a lot of videographers that we worked with, producers we worked with at the time, like Divine Wrath. Divine Wrath is now officially UA, but he was extended. A lot of singers and rappers we worked with, like Young Cobain, Smirk, whole bunch of people, which is like a big family when we first started with a lot of affiliate members. As time progressed, Black Kush decided to go his solo route, so he's no longer UA, still a good friend of ours. And then we changed like kind of the dynamic of UA a little bit, so now it's instead of it just being a group, it's a label that's pushing everyone on their solo music, as well as a group. So it's not just a group. We're also like moving as a collective and a label, a creative label. So we have Big J right now, who's a new member from Jersey,
Okay.
amazing MC. He's fresh onto the team. Definitely check him out. We got Divine Wrath, who's always been like an extended member
Hmm.
forever, but he's a childhood homie. Now he's like our in-house producer, also rapper, and he's dope. He's part of the group as well. And then Young K is still there, and me, obviously. So we have the four-man group, label, collective, whatever you want to call
That's
it. So
awesome, bro.
that's where we at right now.
That's
Yeah.
dope,
So
bro. I like that a lot.
yeah, brother.
So let me ask you, speaking on your label and your career, how do you balance those two out? Because I mean, obviously you got to have time for both to be able to work on both. So how do you find that balance for both of them to kind of
That's a good question. I don't know, taking manager applications right now. It's
That's
it's
funny.
it's crazy. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. It's not easy, bro. It's because Josh Alias is its full business. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's a whole business entity in itself. And now Urban Architects is a full business as well. And now also like trying to cultivate and help with resources for all the individual artists' careers and brands as well. It does get overwhelming time wise. That's why I'm like just too busy. A lot of stuff goes behind the scene.
Right.
We're very picky with who we like let in our team on the business side, because we've been through some BS with
Right.
managers and this and that. So we're a little picky. So I'm not rushing into it, but it's a hard balance. It's not easy. It takes a lot of time.
Right.
Everyone's busy and life hits a lot. So trying our best to manage it. We're maintaining. But the main thing it is like every time we do all link, we'll like allocate time to like some business moves, whether it be merch, whether it be like an upcoming show or like a promotion run or someone's album rollout, something like that. We will
Definitely.
like
Yeah.
allocate time. So that's what we've been doing, bro.
I like that. So how do you kind of narrow that down to, who do you want in your group and who you don't? I'm sure you got people that hit you up all the time. Like, how do you kind of like find
Yeah,
your way to be like, okay, he's good, he's not.
that's a great question, man. This is a big one. So there's been people who like have come into UA who had to let go or who weren't like kind of built for it. The easiest way to say it, one, there has to be a homie relationship.
Right.
There has to be like a friendship there, because business, in my opinion, like you need to have some type of connection. There has to be no pride involved, especially if I'm making some of the decisions or Kay's making the decision, whatever. That's huge. So just like genuine like connection and respect as men and or women, right? Just respect as people, and that's number one. And two, the biggest thing is if that person is motivated to make music without Urban Architects umbrella, right? Obviously, we have like a small cult following, and you know we that support us financially and buy our music and merch and all that, and that's cool, and that's that's gonna help them who gets onto UA, but are they like about the brand? Are they about Urban Architects? Do they understand the aesthetic? Do they understand the vision? Or are they just looking for a look rather, right? So if their branding, their sound fits, that's huge. Aesthetic is very huge for us. Image is very huge for us because it helps push the vision. And are they releasing music before we came on board to help their vision?
Or after?
And you know what I mean? Because if you're not working on your solo music, UA is not going to help you get famous here, right? UA is going to help you with the resources and push when we go on tour and stuff like that. But at the same time, like they should always be dropping. And that's the thing with Big J, Young K, and Divine. Even if UA wasn't pushing, they're still dropping solo music. So that's the hugest thing. Are they, even if they don't have a big buzz, it's not about clout. It doesn't matter about that. Are they still being productive without us? Before and after. I think that's for me the biggest thing.
I like that. So back to Urban Architects, you just spoke about it. How do you guys what's your guys' like your biggest, what do you want your vision to be? What do you guys want your goal to be? What do you guys want your fans to be like, okay, Urban Architects is this, that, like, what do you guys, kind of strive towards for them to see?
We have like a couple mantras or mottos, that we go by. We go like focus ahead, which is the hugest one. That's what been there since we started. All our fans comment that on everything. Like, it's really as simple as focus ahead. Just like for the fans to just we push a lot of spiritual themes. Like we just want our fans to listen to our music, understand that we real people, to be a little more open with their homies, to talk about like life shit, mental health, spiritual shit. Just have a good relationship with your higher power, whether that be God, and kind of just like, focus ahead on the next task. Don't get too consumed with your problems and focus ahead on the next goal. That's really kind of what we've been pushing. Also while pushing New York culture, urban culture, street culture as the forefront or vessel to get that message across. And just pushing people to be like, find your own identity. You know what I'm saying? Be okay with being open, talking to your friends about what you go through in life. Be a little bit, go against the status quo a little bit. Don't be too external or superficial. Be a little look within. You know what I mean? So that's kind of what we're pushing. We want people to hear our music and connect to it as people, which they have been, So just connect to those spiritual themes and those self-development like mantras or mottos that we push.
Definitely, for sure, bro. That's cool as fuck. I respect that. Yeah, that's cool. I'm glad I'm learning about this because, like, I know I talked to Anam and Vinny about you and the Urban Architects, but I never really got a chance to like actually speak with you. So I'm glad I'm getting the chance to.
Yeah, of course, bro.
Yeah, definitely, always. So you guys do live shows. Obviously, you do music videos. How do you guys think that helps you guys from a viewer standpoint on them seeing the music videos and live shows different from just being in the studio and dropping, maybe on SoundCloud or YouTube? How do you think that gives them a different outlook on what you guys do?
Yeah, people connect a lot to the visuals. That's a huge thing. They just want to feel like they're there. I think. I think the appeal of Urban Architects, or one of them, is that we push New York so much. Sometimes with trying, sometimes without trying, just because we're all born and raised here. Except for Big J, but Big J was basically New York because he's across the water in Jersey. So, but regardless, we have fans all over the world, and I think the one thing we forget or are more aware of is people around the world all connect to New York sound and like the aesthetic, because that's where hip hop like originated and shit. So that's so when people like see the visuals, the way we dress, the way we talk, the studio with the graffiti around, like it gives a vibe and aesthetic which makes them feel very New York. And you know, when they do come to a show, they kind of see that essence that we carry online
Right.
on our social medias and all that in real life, and it kind of like brings them the full picture of what Urban Architects is all about. It's kind of like bringing New York to the world, you know.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I like that. Yeah. So when you first started doing your guys' live shows, your performances, you kind of have stage fright. Did that kick in ever? Or you kind of just got over that and was like, fuck it?
That's a good question.
I know. I was thinking about that one.
Yo, to be honest, bro, like I know me and my group have talked about this. Like, I'll definitely be nervous before the shows, the more time builds up.
Right.
But I'm telling you, bro, the second like the mic is given to us,
Yeah,
we
you're
like
ready.
tap it, like our true rap energy.
Yeah.
Like, there's no nervousness at all. Like, we're really, it like confirmed that all of us are really built to do this. You know, like some of us are a little low key and shy.
Right.
I'm a little bit of both, but I'm definitely like pretty shy sometimes. And like,
Right.
I was fearful for a little bit, not fearful, but like hesitant to do like a lot of live shows because I thought I'd be so nervous. And then when I'm up there, it's nothing. It's like literally like second nature to me.
Yeah.
We've all like performed before Urban Architects anyway. Like Big J's has probably had like 200 rap shows under his belt. Divine Wrath probably has like 300 shows under his belt.
Damn.
Like, these dudes have been performing. They just don't like promote it as much nowadays as they used to, I guess. Or they still do. They still do shows. But and then Young K, even though he has less shows under his belt, he's like natural at it. You know what I'm saying? And I used to be in like freestyle groups and like bands and choir and shit. So we all have like performing in our blood. You know what I mean? It's so, to answer your questions quicker, I guess. No, like we're not really nervous.
Yeah, right. All right.
Yeah. I thought we would be, but we're really not. This is like kind of our home when we're on stage.
Definitely. So off the urban architecture a little bit. Sorry. What do you, if you got some, if you got to meet, or I'm sure you met some of your fans, obviously from the Josh Alias perspective, what would you want your fans to think of you outside of music? Like if somebody said, well, how's Josh Alias the person? What would you want them to know?
Yeah. Josh Alias the person is just a self-development junkie, man. That's it. I really just try to better myself every day. You know, I spend a lot of time in my head and I just like, good and bad, like I face all my problems head on. You know what I'm saying? I'm very like I'm like an empath. I feel everything. I'm very spiritual, bro. I work on my relationship with God every day, bro. I'm just trying to become better as a man. You know what I'm saying? And I think that comes off in the music. Like when you hear my music, it definitely is like very vulnerable and real.
Yeah.
And obviously it has like some other themes in it too, of course, that I go through. But I think I don't really try hard to make music. It's really just a part of me, you know what I'm saying? Or it's like, that's all it is. And that's what people should know about me. I just try to keep it as real as possible. I don't like fake the funk.
Right.
What you hear in the music is really who I am. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm more of a clown in real life. Like I'm definitely like annoying and clowny and joking around. Everyone knows me for like being a jokester. But in music, I come off a little serious because that's, I guess, my like best outlet. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, man, that's really all it is, bro.
I'm a fan of
music. Yeah, bro.
Definitely. So, where do you think you'd be if you weren't making music and you didn't have Urban Architects? Like, did you have any other hobbies or passions before that maybe stirred you the other way?
Yeah, I had millions of hobbies. I was really into graffiti before rap. You know, rap was like, I'd say like graffiti was technically my first love in hip hop. You know, I was really into that, and then I'm still into that. That's why I like the merch and the aesthetic, very graffiti influenced. I'd probably be doing photography or graffiti full time. You know, a lot of the visuals, if not almost all of them, UA and Alias are like I creative direct. I don't really push that a lot because I don't want people to know all that, but I really am like kind of the vision behind a lot of the stuff, like visually. And so I always was into aesthetics in terms of like photography. So if it wasn't for rap, probably be doing photography or graffiti.
Hell yeah.
Full time. Yeah.
Definitely. So kind of before, I wouldn't say, before it all started going good, did you ever have the bad, and how did you kind of work through the bad? Like, was there ever a time where you're like, damn, I don't know if I can actually get into the music and be something, was there ever a circumstance that kind of was like, fuck, I don't think I can do it anymore? Or did you kind of just push through it
Yeah.
and it always strive through?
Yeah, I feel like, yeah, I think every independent artist has that. I think I
Oh
go through
yeah.
that more now so than I did before. Because before, when there was no buzz, it was like my back against the wall. I had nothing but things to gain,
Right.
if that makes sense. So there was a beauty in having no one listening to my music because I had more to
Yeah.
prove and more to go off on. When there was more ears and more like I got more industry or went into the industry more and more. Whereas like more when I got a little jaded about things and shit. The more like attention you get and the more like people listening to you and XYZ, the more like shoulders you rub, pause, like you know what I mean? Like
Right, right.
the more bullshit that arises from that. But yeah, I feel that nowadays, bro. I keep on pushing through because now the motivation is I know people connect with it, right?
Right.
If I tell everyone now, if you have a small fan base, that means it could work in a wide, like a large fan base. Like that means you're good, right? I think that's more than enough motivation for me, bro. Because when I was younger, I was hyped to get 100 views when I first started.
Right.
Rapping,
Oh
right?
yeah.
Yeah. Now I'll be upset at like 10,000 or whatever. Like I'm not even satisfied. I want to push it,
More.
which is like healthy and unhealthy. So I always just remember where I came from. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just remember, like I was fiending for one person to listen to me, let alone all these people being influenced and like touched by my music. So I kind of keep on going for them. Also, just had like friends who like passed away that like believed in the music. Also, like before they passed, right? Like a lot of homies were like pushing, like big believers. Then they pass away. Like you can't quit now. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
Proud. So. There's a lot of like motivations that like keep me going. So
keep you going,
like I'll be in a little like a rut or whatever with music, which is normal. I think that's normal. But I always bounce back, bro, because I just love to do this shit. You know what I'm saying? So,
definitely, bro. Speaking of like, if you get in the rut or like, I know some artists I talk to, they speak about writer's block. How do you kind of get over that? What do you do to clear your head and get back into the mindset of like, I need to write, I need to get this done and find the words?
To be honest, bro, I don't really get writer's block too much, and I'll tell you why. I only write when I'm inspired.
Okay.
I used to write every day. Like, I don't know, J. Cole had an interview where he's like every morning he used to write up and write 16, like practice. I did that when I was younger. Now, the way I approach music, I write when I'm inspired. I let the beat speak to me. I'll get like a lot of beats sent to me, and I listen to them. And immediately, if I start rapping to it and vibing to it, that means I'm inspired. Then I'll do it. So there's not really writer's block because I don't write when I'm not inspired.
Right.
And when I'm inspired, I can't stop writing. Right. So also I've been doing this shit for a minute, bro. I can write verses in like 5 minutes. So it's like a skill I've developed. So I really rarely get into that. The key is to write when I'm inspired. If I'm not feeling it, I just live more life.
Right.
Yeah, I just live life. Like people forget this. Like there's time for work and there's time for play. The more you experience life, the more you got to rap about. I really live life. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
People don't know. Like I'm outside. I live life. So it's like I have so much to rap about because I've experienced so much. So when you experience a lot in life and you can capture that in your mind correctly, you have nothing to not say.
Yeah, that's true. That's a great. That's a great mindset to have on that. I've never really heard that perspective about that, but that's
yeah. A lot of people don't really think of it like that.
Definitely. All right, so I wanted to ask you this. I've been looking for this question. So you had a song with Freddie Gibbs. It was produced by Adam Snow. How did that all happen? Obviously two big pieces in the hip hop community, and you got to work with them. How did that all happen? How do you think that's helped you grow as an artist?
So I think Adam was a fan of Urban Architects.
Okay.
I don't know how he found out about us, but he was a fan. I guess he was following us for a while. I already knew Adam from his song with, I knew him from SoundCloud years ago. And didn't hear him for years, and then he dropped a song with Freddie and Teddy Andreas, which is a friend of mine. and we have songs together. So I know of that, and then they dropped the song together,
Mhm.
and I was like reintroduced and tapped in. So I was already aware of his music, and then he DM'd Urban Architects, and I'm one of the users, so I saw the DM come in, and I said, "Hey, it's Josh. Actually, I'm a fan of you. Thanks for tapping in."
Yeah,
nothing crazy, kept it basic. Then he followed my like personal. He was watching my music. I was watching his. Like, they're showing love on Instagram, I guess. And we got a couple phone calls, just like chopped it up as people. And then he just basically, he knows Freddie. I don't know the whole situation, but he knows Freddie, and he just like asked me to get on the song. And I was like, yeah, absolutely. You know, it was really organic. And then I jumped on the song. I was really a big fan of how it sounded, and it did well. And yeah, it was just like a very organic thing in that way. Like, one person liked my music, the other person, you know, supposedly like Freddie liked it too. So yeah, it was it's a good vibe, bro. And then how it helped, it got me on some big blogs, you know what I'm saying? Like, some blogs I always wanted to be on, which was cool. And like, definitely some people like were more aware of me from my verse on that. But what it did for me personally was like remind me, like, you know, no matter how big the rapper is, I could hang. You know what I mean?
Oh,
like,
yeah. Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, it's kind of good to I always like, I'm gonna keep it a stack. Like, I'm a humble cat, but I know I can really rap. And like, there's just times, it's just the level of effort that I put into it. I write verses in 5 minutes. If I need to put 20 minutes and then I put an hour, I'll do it. And the verse will show. So I really think I can hang with the best of them if I'm keeping it honest. I don't really talk my shit enough. Like, I do think I can rap better than most of these dudes out here. It's just how much I want to try. You know what I mean? So it kind of just reminded me, like, yo, I can rap with anybody. I can rap with the best rapper in the world next to me. I'm just gonna have to try a little harder. That's all it is. Like, I'm gonna put more heart into it. And they just reminded me, like, my purpose. That's all it is, bro. Like,
definitely, bro.
I don't really care about the names as much. I'm a big fan of. Don't get it wrong. I'm a big fan of Freddie for years, and along with other people I've like talked to and worked with. But I don't look at none of them as my superior or like better than me ever. Just because you have more like accolades or fame or money or whatever, like skill level, I look at like most people as an equivalent. There's only a couple people that I think are better than me.
Definitely, bro. I like that. That's a great mindset to have. And you can look back at it, like you said, use it as motivation, you know, if you're down or something, be like, I can hang with anybody, you know, doesn't matter who it is. So I like that. That's dope.
Yeah, brother.
Speaking on the connections part, I know we talked before, you know, Vinny and Anom. Do you still work with Vinny and Anom, or are you kind of, as you guys grow, you kind of, okay, I was curious.
Yeah, those are the bros. I always work with them. I have so much music with them in the vault, like, as producers. They're like one of my main producers besides Divine Wrath, my in-house producer. Like, I love their sound. Things have just changed. I had like a music partnership. I couldn't release things. There was like a whole bunch of industry BS that was preventing me from dropping stuff. So I have stuff that's in their vault. I do plan on releasing more music with them.
Yeah,
I'm like completely independent. Nothing like, I can do anything I want. I could drop. The problem is with samples. I have a project called Cold Summer that got held back because of samples.
Yeah.
Vinny's all over that project. I'm pretty sure Anom has a beat on there too, but Vinny's literally all over that. He probably has like 3 songs on that. It's only 5-6 songs, so it's like it's coming out. But the problem is, and it's not with them, because I think the bigger I got as an artist or whatever, I don't really understand because I never used to deal with this. Samples are huge for me. Like, like the companies I've worked with and recently are not letting me release music at all with samples. And I know a lot of people go through that, but I'm getting like the samples cut up and shit, and they still not letting me go through. So I don't know if I'm just going through it harder, or maybe I'm just maybe everyone is, but you know, and Anom and Vinny, I know Anom has been making most of his new melodies like by like original stuff, like not samples. But that's like been holding us back a little bit, just a little bit. I need either cleared samples or original content for my music to be able to get approved, you know?
Definitely.
But yeah, short answer, I love those dudes. They're amazing producers, both. You know how like I introduced them, you know what I'm saying, like to each other, which
Yeah.
is crazy.
Right.
Like,
No, I didn't know that. I didn't know that actually. That's crazy. I didn't know that.
oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah.
didn't know that.
Ainam reached out to was a fan of Urban Architects. He like reached out to me, but I got millions of DMs at this point. This is when my buzz was like fresh,
Right.
and a lot of people hit me up for beats. So I didn't get back to him. I think I left him on scene. He said I don't remember,
Yeah.
maybe.
All right. Yeah.
But I didn't get back to him. But then he reached out to Young K and Urban Architects. Sent Young K a beat. I was in the studio. I thought the beat was crazy. I asked who made this beat. He told me it was Ainam. I'm like, wait, this dude's DM me.
Yeah.
And
Right.
and then I realized, and then I hit Ainam back, and we built a homie relationship I wanted to build with him. So we became homies. Then Vinny found out about me, I think from the Freddie Gibbs song,
Okay.
or Adam or whatever. And then he was in my live stream one day. Mad smart, Vinny, because he DM'd me too, and I wasn't responding. No disrespect to all the producers who sent me beats in my DM. No disrespect,
Right.
on my emails. I promise you, I'm not a dick. It just
it
gets overwhelming, and it's hard to. If 90% of them are whack, I'm not always like fiending to like respond to every producer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like a diamond in the rough to get a good beat nowadays. Like with the emails I get. So he joined the live stream. I was on Instagram Live. He joined it. And mad smart, he just went straight into playing beats, which I respected, because I'm like, he wanted my attention, and he did it the right way, because chances are I wasn't going to respond to his DM respectfully. And he went straight into the bangers. He went straight into beats that are bangers one by one, and I built with him. He told me he was from Chicago. I was already messing with Ainam. They both were from Chicago. And they have similar styles. Like, it was crazy. We connected at the same time. They had similar styles. And I think I just said, y'all should connect, or like whatever.
Yeah.
And then, I don't know, like, I'm busy. And before I know it, they're on Zooms together. Like, close-ass homies.
Right.
They're hanging out. I think they have a collective now.
Yeah.
You know, like, that shit is beautiful, because they were both like separate, like, supporters of my music. I don't even like to call them fans, because they're like friends now. So it's like they both supported my music separately, and I just like, they're from the same area and they sounded the same. Like they're different, but they're soul. They both have soul. They both have soul. So that's how they became homies, I think. Yeah,
that's dope, bro. All right, so we'll speak on that a little bit more. I know you talked about a little bit, friends now, but how do you think it's? I don't know necessarily. I say it's harder, but how do you think it's tough to work with, like Ainam and Vinny, as you guys all three grow and continue each one of your journeys? Is it harder to kind of keep that connection, considering how busy you get or how busy they get, or do you think it's still kind of the same?
I'm not gonna lie, bro. I love both those dudes. I have a lot of loyalty to people that ride with me in my up and up. On my grind up, I'm always gonna bless them. You know what I'm saying? Both of those dudes, when I blow up, I'm gonna bless. You know what I'm saying? Whether it be financially or with looks or whatever, I got their back. Because those dudes, bro, send me beats. Maybe Vinny a little more lately, because I know Ainam's working on a whole bunch of other shit. But Ainam used to do this too in the beginning too. So, but Vinny specifically as of late too. I'll just text them like I'm in the studio, and they'll send me a pack. I probably have like so many packs from these dudes. Like even with 10-minute notice, you know what I'm saying? That's rare,
that's
bro.
crazy,
it's loyal. And like, honestly, it sucks. Well, this album, they're on the album. I'm gonna make sure I push it. But I'm a kid. I can't say too much, but my life could change quickly. You know what I'm saying? All it takes is one look. I know where I am in my career, and I know the opportunities that's been presented to me. My life could change, humbly speaking, musically, quickly. And I'm just staying patient, staying independent. But that is going to happen one day. And when that happens, I will make sure that they too get the looks they deserve, because they're just very talented dudes, bro.
That's respect, bro.
Yeah. Also, like, you gotta realize, like, there's millions of independent artists here, right? They're rocking with me because they like the music and they believe that I'm gonna. It's an investment. The same reason people buy features from people or invest their time is because they see potential. So those dudes see potential in me, and I see potential in them. So, obviously they're gonna get busier. I'm definitely gonna get busier. But I always, when I think of producers, they're my top 5 in my head of who I want to hit up,
bro. I like that. All right, so before I wrap this up, I got like 2 questions. So the first one is, I want to ask, what do you want to work on within the next year? What do you want to see yourself improve, and why? And I mean, it could be Urban Architect or you, life. It doesn't matter, anything.
Yeah, well, life. Wow, I'm trying to find a better balance of time.
Okay.
Trying to find a better balance of time between urban, like my music career, my solo career, my label, as well as time with family, friends, and
Yeah.
loved ones. Um, I haven't really found a good balance yet,
Right.
and that's key because balance is one of the most important things in life for stability and happiness. So it's like I need to find more balance with time
Right.
because life is way too short, and all the shit can go in a second, man.
Right.
So
Right.
time is more important. Not to lose myself in my ambitions, not to lose
I like
myself
that.
in my drive and my motivation and
Okay.
my journey because I've lost years chasing this dream. And even though I've built something, it was
Yeah.
very important moments in my life that I sped through for music. So that's key is trying to find a balance, being more schedule, calendar, shit like that, a
Right.
little more organized. And then just really helping bring you way to the next level and dropping more, just dropping more, not letting mental situations, life situations, anything prevent me from dropping on a consistent cadence. Um, the landscape of music has changed a lot. People don't connect with less drops as much as they do, unless you're like Drake or something. People
Right.
connect with frequent pushing of shit. So I'm not used to that. Our group is very picky and quality control of shit, but we're gonna have to let go of that a little more and drop more. So
Definitely.
that's what we're gonna do: is drop a lot more music and schedule things better, and
I like that.
yeah, help my squad win. Really, bro.
Definitely, bro. Yeah, that's respect. Okay, last one, and then we'll wrap it up. I always ask at the end, what's your best advice? And it doesn't even got to be musicians or rappers. Like, what's your best advice on anybody trying to reach a goal or a dream? Like, if they go through something, what's your best advice to power through that?
My best advice to anyone chasing their dream is don't get jaded, stay consistent, and always remember that regret is a killer. The older you get, the more responsibilities you get, the more things that take away your time, the less time you're going to have to do or have at your fingertips to invest in your passions and your dreams. So take the risks, take the chances, because in 30, 40, 50 years from now, when you're looking back at everything, the thing that's going to keep you up at night is what ifs.
Right.
Don't let the what
Yeah.
ifs let you not sleep at night.
Yeah.
Um, take those shots, take those risks. No one's going to believe in you. And shit, you might fail. But at least if you fail, make sure you put an honest attempt where your soul says, okay, I gave my all for this
Right.
amount of time and I'm satisfied with this attempt. I'm satisfied with these 3 years of investing this much dollars, this much time, this much mental effort into my dream. It didn't work out. No benefits were reaped. Nothing came out of it. I'm okay with letting this to rest and not living later knowing what if I tried it or I didn't. You know what I'm saying? So
Definitely,
that's the
bro.
key. Just regret is one of the biggest killers, man, out here on this planet. Like
Yep.
worse than a lot of things can kill you is that mental pain and that what if thought that'll let you like go crazy.
Right.
So take the shot, man. Shoot for it. You live once. Everyone has a purpose on this earth. And you know what I'm saying? Once you find your purpose, don't let God down, man. Chase your dreams, chase your
Definitely,
purpose.
bro. I like that.
Yeah.
I respect that a lot. I appreciate your time, bro. Guys, this was Josh Alias. If you have anybody you want to shout out real quick, plug them. You know, you got the stage for a minute. Go ahead.
Of course, man. Shout out to Vinny and Anam, the
Yep.
bros. I think they put me on to you. Shout out
Yep.
to Urban Architects, URBVN Architects NYC.
Yes, sir.
Follow me, Josh _ Alias. Shout
Yep.
out to Big J from Jers, Big _ J _ Chop, I believe is his thing. Divine Wrath. Everybody, man.
Yeah,
Young
everybody,
K.
right.
UA, baby. Everyone just follow Urban Architects. You'll find everyone in the squad, man.
Bet, bro.
Shout out to my
Bet.
family. Shout out to my mother. I'm just kidding. Yeah,
That's
that's it,
great,
bro.
bro. That's dope, bro. All right, well, I appreciate it, Josh, bro. I'll put your links down below. I hope you had a good holiday. I hope you have a good New Year's. I appreciate the time. It was really fun, bro. I appreciate getting the opportunity. I appreciate learning everything about you and your crafts.
Nah, of course, man. Sorry for being bad with time
Nah,
and
bro, I'm
schedule.
the same way, dog. I'm the same. It's bad. With my job, it's hard anymore. So I'm trying to find that balance out too. So I'm
Yeah,
working on it, but
nah,
we'll get it.
We'll
Yeah,
get
we'll
it,
get
bro.
All right, bro.
Yeah.
LarriWhyte podcast season 2. Peace.
Peace.